All right, let me adjust my hat here. We are live. How's it going out there in the YouTube sphere? First live stream. So happy to be here. Let me see if I can get my screen to go over a little bit more. There we go. A little more centered. So first time, anything goes in this live stream. As I said, live. Let me take a sip of my coffee here. So welcome to the Cultural Confederacy. I don't like being on camera, but here I am. So I want to share with you some rare classical CDs I have in my collection here. There's a lot of great music out there that isn't being performed or not being talked about, so we'll discuss that. But first, I got to show you the novel that I wrote. I've been putting out excerpts here on YouTube, The History of the House. Definitely go check this out at Amazon. It is available in History of the House. About 112-page read, something like that. Hope y'all can hear me. I got my volume up as loud as it will go. I'm doing this on my bed, so I'm trying to be as sturdy as possible here, or as steady as possible, so I don't shake the camera. I've got this sitting on, believe it or not, a box set of albums here. So let me get to this, share with you some rare classical CDs. Frederick Witt. There we go. Great CD if you've never heard of Frederick Witt. E.T.A. Hoffman, who wrote the Tales of Hoffman, but he was one hell of a composer. I love that cover. What do you think? Berlioz Overtures. Although I have a beef to pick with EMI Warner, why didn't you guys at EMI Warner keep the original cover of which was it was Berlioz conducting an orchestra, and there was the cannons going off, and people were attacking the timpani with a hammer, and people were covering their ears in the concert hall. Great, very famous painting. Why didn't they keep the artwork for that? So Andre Previn, London Symphony Orchestra. You get Le Corsaire, Beatrice and Benedict, the Roman Carnival Overture or Le Carnival Romain, Benvenuto Cellini, and Le Franc-Juge. Love Le Franc-Juge. This here is my all-time favorite album. Look at that cover. That's just kick-ass. And I'm tired of landscapes. We need more of this. I want to see more covers like this on classical music albums. Give the hip-hop community a run for their money. Robert Fuchs and Friedrich Kiel. Now get this for the Kiel Piano Concerto. The Fuchs is good, but I like the Kiel better. Although I love the finale from the Fuchs. They're both good. This is a great disc. Get it. Here's a composer you may not know, Niels Gade. Chandos. And a concert overture, or his concert overture. And I got some jazz albums in here as well. Sergio Mendes, Brazil 66, Look Around. Great disc. This is a goodie. Telemann, String Concertos. The camera angle once again. And if you don't know the music of Cipriani Potter, you got to get to know his music. Great early Romantic English composer. Just excellent all around. Wes Montgomery, Tequila. Not one throwaway track on the disc. That, according to a review on Amazon. And this is one of my go-tos. Excellent, excellent disc. Music of Carl Friedrich Abel. And he was friends with J.C. Bach, or Johann Christian Bach, and they were known for their Bach-Abel concerts. Willy Bobo, Juicy. Love the inside of this. Here's a picture of Willy Bobo. Carl Luby. Told you got some good ones here. Symphonies 1 and 2. A lot of these can be found on CPO. Here's a composer making a comeback, Krauss. This is on Naxos, Overtures and Arias. Van Brie. And some Louis Spohr, or Spohr, however you say it. Symphony number 1 is a sleeper. I don't care for the historic symphony, the symphony number 6. That's the one that usually gets played. But he wrote so much more music than that. Pardon me. Live stream. I'm getting tongue-tied here. But if you listen to the symphony number 1, it sounds like something by Schubert. Now I have the score to this. Again, getting tongue-tied. And I said, we need to have a performance of this because there was no known recording of it. So CPO finally recorded it. Way to go, CPO. The Julius Grimm Symphony in D. Now, this is just classic. I love that cover. Like Blue, Andre Previn. And this too, because you do get Like Young on here, but I like Light Blue better. But great cover. We got quite a few to go, so just bear with me. William Croce. This is a rarity, so if you find it, get your hands on it. You get Symphonies 2 and 3. Symphony number 3 wasn't complete. And you also get the concert overture. There's an organ concerto on here. I don't care for that. I don't care for the recording. The organ sounds really hollow. But get this for Symphonies 2 and 3 and the overture. Buddy Morrow, Night Train and Big Band Guitar. Now, this is not the original Night Train on Mercury. This is the Night Train that appeared on RCA. So be aware of that. But there are some great tracks on here. Ferdinand Ries, who was Beethoven's close friend, also got Beethoven a lot of his publishing contracts. He was his secretary. Overtures, again, CPO. Schubert Overtures, Naxos. I think this is a 2-volume set, so volume 1 here. This is probably the best of the 2. This is one of my go-tos when I want to relax. Early Baroque music. Costello. Really good CD. Really good sound. And there's Nemi Yarvi. Looks like he's hailing a cab. Music of Tchaikovsky, the Little Russian Symphony, some overtures. Overture in F, and the overture of the Danish national anthem. Great piece. And I love the back photo on the booklet here. It's like, we're going to go make some serious music. Get out of my way. Cal Tjader, Latin Kick. Love Cal Tjader. Growing up, I listened to classical, jazz, a little bit of bluegrass, Cuban music. Herbie Mann, Family of Man. And the other one is the Wailing Dervishes. Don't care for that, except for maybe 2 tracks off of that album. But get this for the Family of Man. Kind of hard to find, but if you get it, grab it. Stan Kenton, Cuban Fire. See if anybody's in the chat here or anybody's commenting. Kind of mix these up a little bit. Saint-Saëns. Symphonies 1 and 2. Piano Concerto number 4. Legione d'Hercule and Le Requiem Fall. Which, by the way, was the thing to the Shadow back in the day. Some more Cal Tjader. Soul Sauce. Awesome album with some additional tracks on here. Although I like the remix of Soul Sauce better, and I think that's the one they should have kept on the album. Well, they have it on here, but that's the one they should have kept. Shelly Manne, Andre Previn, Leroy Vinegar, My Fair Lady. Excellent. Morris Sabriani Potter. I can't say his first name. Symphonies 8 and 10. And you can tell they're having fun on this disc here. Just great performances. Although the Symphony number 10 is kind of a slow burner. It starts out slow and progresses from there, but just a great CD all around. Gounod. That cover makes me feel like I'm in Italy or France. Symphonies 1 and 2. Glinka. When I talk about we need more covers than just landscapes on CDs, this is one example. Here you go. So let me see what else I have here. Again, don't forget about my novel here, History of the House. Oh, before I forget, to kind of break things up a little bit, I've been working on a piece of music, working on a symphony, working on the finale to it. So let me show you here. Here's page 114, all handwritten. 115 and 116. which may not look like much, but that's the saxophone part, E flat out to the sax, set against chords in the strings, violin, viola, and cello. So getting back to these CDs here, Venice before Vivaldi, music of Legrenzi. Kind of a hard disc to find, but if you find it, grab it. More Louis Spohr, Symphonies 3 and 10. Love the Third Symphony. Again on CPO. Manfredini. Now, some of these I may have shared in different videos, but I thought I'd do this on the live stream, show these again. Sorko Čević. That's a picture of Dubrovnik in Croatia. Franz Danzi. Ignace Pleyel. When they put the alert out for this video, or for this disc that it was going to come out, I grabbed it as soon as I could. Here's one you may not be familiar with. Johann Ludwig Berner. And they have a whole series with this label here. Franz Kromer. Love that cover. Symphonies 1 and 3, or 1, 2, and 3. And there's also, I also have Symphony 6 and 9. You can get the whole set here on CPO. Hofmeister, go-to disc. Great stuff. Great stuff. And here's a rarity. Music by Eberwein, Symphony No. 3, Concert Overture. It's got some other piece on there. I don't care for it. But if you find this disc, again, get it. Told you I got some goodies. Here's one for you. CEFY, Symphonies 1 through 3. Available on Marco Polo. And Symphonies 4 and 5. I got the other one here, or it's in my pile here. Well, I have Symphony 4 and 5 as well. Symphonies 4 and 5. And we have J.P.E. Hartmann, part of the Hartmann family out of Denmark. So it seems that the Danish composers and the Dutch composers got shafted quite a bit back in the day, because it was more the Czech composers and Italian that were more popular even than the Germans. Paul Wranitzky. This is a good one. Love the cover here. Isn't that awesome? Kozuluk, Reika, and Vorshik. Now, the Reika isn't the best performance, but I like the other two symphonies. Great sound, great performance. Bruckner, Symphony No. 3, the original version. Georg Tickner, Naxos. Some jazz on the rocks. Got to get this one. Felix Mendelssohn, Symphony No. 8, Orchestrated, String Symphony No. 8. Isn't that a great cover? Again, we want more covers like this. This has it right. Bruckner's Symphony No. 1. Unrevised Linz version. Again, Georg Tintner, Royal Scottish National Orchestra. And the others I didn't take the album covers out of, just for the sake of time. So we have Tchaikovsky here. There's a little mark from the sticker on here, but if you get a chance, get this. This has got the Piano Concerto No. 1 and the Tempest, probably the best version of the Tempest or the Storm you're going to hear on Naxos. Well paced, well performed. More Dutch symphonies for you. Music of Fedor. And by the way, they had a project out where they were doing butterfly preservation, so that's the reason why the butterfly is on the cover. Johann Wilhelm Wilms from the Netherlands. Double disc set. Got to get it. The Crusaders, Free as the Wind. Of course, you're seeing my computer here, or computer screen. Sorry about that. More Hoffman for you. Let me take this one out because there is a bad reflection there. But like I said, we're doing this live. It is what it is. Spohr Overtures. This is a sleeper. You got to get it. You got to get it. It's available CPO. fact, Dave Hurwitz did a review of this because I had mentioned something in the comments. I think that Spohr worked better in smaller forms. I think or he was more lively in smaller forms. And of course, everybody knows that his symphonies kind of got weaker and weaker as they progressed. But let me show you the two box. We'll end here with the two box sets, Haydn Symphonies, London Symphonies. This is a decent set. I was a little disappointed because 93 is good, 95, 96 are good, 94 is good, 101, which is the Clock Symphony. But I wasn't too happy with the performance in 97 and 98. I think the better performance for 98 or 98 and 101 are on this set here. And this is a cheap set you can get. Now, the sound quality may not be the greatest, but the performances, I think, are really well done. So you can choose to get this or this, but I would say get this, although it's not going to be this is not the complete London Symphonies. This is a complete set. But this is well done, though, I have to say. Very well put together. Got a nice little booklet in here. And, of course, these are all individually wrapped, so to speak, with track listings on the back, luckily. So, just sitting here on the live stream, anybody out there, let me know in the chat what you guys are doing. Like I said, first time coming on camera. So if you're not familiar with the channel, we talk about history, preservation, culture, that sort of thing. I got to get ready for work here soon, but so maybe I'll just whet your appetite, read you the opening of the novel here. The house at 91 Blue Street was the third oldest in Goldenstone. For every wall, there was a story. For every closet, a secret tucked away, gathering dust. So this is about a woman named Toni Westbrook. I've been putting out different excerpts, as I said before, here on YouTube from the novel. Been reading it in YouTube Shorts. She's given up for adoption as a baby. Her biological father commits suicide, but before he does, he leaves her $80,000 and his house in a trust. Well, she's literally the whole thing because she never met the man, and it turns out that, they hire a private investigator, and it turns out that he was having an alleged affair in Panama. There's ship bombing aboard the cargo ship called the Egret, and he's hiding a telebook somewhere in the house. So Hollywood, if you want a good book, if you want a good story idea, because I just saw an article today how it's getting harder and harder to buy tickets to go to the theater. Well, here you go. History of the House. You got to get it. Got to get it. It's juicy. So I'm not going to make this live stream too long, and hopefully I haven't bored you to tears, but I hope my big thing was to show you all these CDs. Hope you go out and get it, because there's so much great music out there that's not being talked about, not being performed, and it should be, instead of the standard workhorses of Mozart, Beethoven, you name it. Nothing against Mozart and Beethoven, but there were so many other composers out there that, in my humble opinion, wrote better music. So I think that will be it for the live stream. You all have a good Thursday. God bless. Keep up the culture, and I'll catch you next time.